Coming up on this episode, we test 4 different chokes on 3 different cartridges in this 20-inch Adler A110, and let's see what the results look like on paper. Hey guys, Bling Bling Bob here from Offroad, and today we're going to be testing 4 different chokes, just the 3 standard chokes, plus the Trulock BOAR BLASTer, which is available. It is available in Australia from, I think it's a company in Northern Territory. Link below to the where you can purchase it, or at least where I purchased it from. I think it was about $120 or $140. It might have been, I don't even know. It's been so long since I've bought it. So long ago I bought it, I don't even know. But it is super accurate. That's what I will say. But we're going to put the shots. We're going to do 1 of each cartridge down onto the board. And we're going to bench rest it this time instead of freehand, so we can try and improve make sure everything gets on paper, and see what those results look like, and just help you make the selection of what the right choke for your application is, and whether you might want to consider buying an aftermarket choke. So we have 3 different shells we're going to test through 4 different chokes in the 20-inch Adler A110. So the results should be very similar for your Pardus. We're going to use the OSG Winchester Buckshot. That's a 13-15 FPS 9-shot pellet, or 9 pellets. Then we're going to use the Buckshot Winchester SG. Now I'm not sure how many pellets are in this, but in my last test results put 13 on the board. I think there should be about 15, but I guess I just don't know. And then the Cellar and Bellet AAA, which is probably one of my favorites at the moment, the AAA, and that's a 44 pellet. And we're going to go through the different chokes and see what the results are on target at 30 meters, which is about the average distance you'll shoot. So we got the number 1, or the full choke, the number 3, which is the modified, the number 5, which is the open choke, and the one that probably most people might have come to see, the BOAR BLASTer. Now this is supposed to be exceptional results with its significantly improved mechanisms inside. So let's put it to the test. AAA on the open choke, number 5. Yeah, number 5. AAA, number 3, modified. So expecting a tighter group. So weird resting with a shotgun. AAA, full choke, number 1. Trulock BOAR BLASTer with the AAA. Now I believe this is the smallest pellet recommended for the BOAR BLASTer to achieve the results that they claim. So the Cellar and Bellet AAA. I'm not sure if you can get a focus on that. So that has 44 pellets in it, and we ran it through, first of all, the open choke, which is the number 5 in the Adler kit, and they're the ones that are in blue, and as you can see, reasonable spread to the right there, up a bit high, and interestingly enough, that's the most open one, so that's the one with the thinnest material there. And it had the most pellets hit the board. So 25 of the 44 hit the board. So one as low as there. I think a couple of might have hit the pickets. You can see in the video if you watch it carefully. Then after that, we went with the modified choke, which is the number 3, which is the middle thickness, in the chokes, and that was in the orange one, and that 19 of those hit the board. So you can see there's a few down here, a little bit over here, quite sort of spread out across the board. And like I said, interesting that not more of them hit. You would think that more of them would hit the board with the smaller diameter choke than with the larger one, but they didn't. With any of these results, this is only one shot in one instance, and it's probably not a true representation of what happens over the course of firing the same round several times. This is one of the problems with the scatter gun, and one of the difficulties of using this type of rifle, not sort of rifle, type of firearm. So the next one was the full choke, which is in yellow, and so that's the number one, which is the one with the thickest material there, and you can see quite a good spread there. I did say that there's 24 of them hit the board there. I do think that has the best pattern. That's certainly a really good pattern there, and I was pretty impressed with that. And then lastly, the Trulock BOAR BLASTer. Now I will note, I'm probably going to say this again and again, this is recommended for OO and OOSG. Now for those in Australia that aren't aware, the OOSG is readily available, and that's like typically a 9 pellet round, and the OO is a larger pellet again, and I think they generally have like 6 pellets to a round. So do note that this is only recommended for the last round that we will fire. And with that one, we had 19 hit the board, and they're the ones with the black X's. And look, the group's not too bad, sort of spread everywhere, but I think with this result, I would have to say that the open choke, sorry, the full choke, the number one, is definitely the best. And this is why I've actually come to really like the AAA pellets, because if you were shooting a fox or a cat off the back of a ute on a moving vehicle, you can see there's not many holes in here where if you were to fire it, you're going to miss the vermin that you're shooting at. So I have actually turned to this quite a bit. It can take down a reasonable sized pig. So just depending on your application, if I was on the back of the ute, this is definitely my go-to. Buckshot, SSG, Winchester. Not sure on the pellet count. With the open choke, number 5. SSG, modified choke, number 3. SSG, full choke, number 1. Just so you know, I had to move it because my shoulder's so sore. Been shooting all morning. So if you think I wasn't holding the gun properly, it's because I wasn't. What's interesting, I just come back from the full choke. 17 pellets have hit the board, so significant improvement over the previous ones. So it will be interesting to see. Boar blaster in now from Trulock. It does say on the inside of it OO and OOSG. So that's probably it's recommended, not the AAA. And so it'll be interesting to see what these results will be. SSG with the, it's actually an 18 shot. I could have read the side of the box there, but of course, like anything, you forget to do it, and it causes you mischief. So 18 pellet. This has probably always been my favourite size buckshot, to be honest. But as I did say previously, I have since switched to the AAA. So first of all, we had the open choke, the number 5, with the thinnest amount of material there, and we had 12 hit the board in the blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you can see, bit of a terrible spread, is what it is. Then we had the modified, the number 3, the middle thickness of the stock chokes for the Adler at least. And once again, 12 of those hit the board, and they're the ones in orange. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think you'll see that these two here actually hit the star picket, but might as well include them since I knew where they went. So not too bad. As you can see, there's a reasonable group here with those ones there. Good enough to hit any pig, obviously. Then we went to the full choke, which is the number 1, and we had 16 hit the board, which is obviously what you want as we get smaller. And that's the one with the thickest amount of material there. You expect to have more and more hit the board, and we had 16 of the 18 hit the board, and they're the ones in yellow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and the one that destroyed the core flute, even damaging it over here. So you've got quite a lot down here, quite a lot up there. As you can see, it's definitely much better than the modified choke there. And then lastly, with the boar blaster, once again, this isn't recommended for the double SG. It's only recommended for the double OSG and the triple OSG. And interestingly enough, the results are really whack. So I actually had high hopes for this double SG. Only 7 pellets hit the board, and they're the ones with the black cross. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 up there, the flyer. So you can start to see why it's not exactly the best round or cartridge for foxes, because if the fox was in here, there's only a chance you're going to catch it with 3 of the pellets on the full choke here. And so there's a lot of gaps there, and I think that's one of the things you need to consider when you're selecting a round. You really do, just like cartridge selection for your rifle, the round that you're going to use in your shotgun, it must be specific for the task at hand. So that's something to consider. But definitely don't use the boar blaster for your double SG. Double OSG, 9 pellet, 1315 feet per second, Winchester, 9 pellets, if I didn't say that already. Modified choke, number 3, double OSG. Full choke, number 1, double OSG. My shoulder is really hurting now. And last but not least, the one that everyone's come to see, double OSG with the Trulock BOAR BLASTer. And I'm really hoping there's some good results, because that full choke was actually not as good as the modified. Double OSG Buckshot, 9 pellets. The one that everyone's come to see, no doubt, and it's the double OSG really is the favourite amongst the pig shooters. Anyone that's walking and stalking with a shotgun, using it at close range, I mean, this really is the one to go to. If you're looking at slugs, I seriously would recommend something like a 44 Magnum, because it's got a slightly better range. You can obviously put a much better optic on there, and it's much more reliable. Anyway, but I do love my double OSGs, I do love my SSGs, I do love my shotgun, love my AAAs. this would be my go-to if I was walking and stalking at really close range. Really pulls up the pigs really well. So first of all, got the open number 5, the thinnest wall one. And as you would expect, only 5 of the pellets hit the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you know, you put a pig in there, you could miss a pig easily if you're aiming at the pig. There's its head, you know. If you're lucky, you might clip a leg, might get it on the bottom of the snout, and you might pierce its ears, give it a space saver. What do they call it? Spacer, yeah. Anyway, next up was the modified, number 3, and that's the middle thickness of material. And they were the orange ones, and 9 of the pellets hit the board, which is what you want. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And once again, you can see a bit of a hole there, but you've got a little bit of good coverage there. Probably not my preferred option for the double OSG. And this is at 30 meters too, so obviously if you shoot a bit closer, it's always going to be a little bit different. Next up was the full, the number 1, the thickest material in the standard chokes. And once again, 9 pellets hit the board, and they're the ones in yellow. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 behind there. Actually quite disappointed because that's a worse spread than the modified. As I've said in the previous ones, you know, it's one shot on the board. Probably not a good indication of what will happen over time, but it is what it is. And then of course, lastly, the boar blaster. This is optimized for this round, and also the triple OSG, which is a bigger one, as I mentioned before. And they're the ones in black, and 9 have hit the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As you can see, really close to the target. There's 7 of the shots right there in a hand span. You are going to smash any pig with that. I can highly recommend the boar blaster for the double OSG. If I was walking and stalking, this would definitely be my go-to. However, when I'm on the back of the ute, I don't really want to use the boar blaster. And I'll tell you why I don't really want to use the boar blaster on the back of the ute. The thing with when you're on the vehicle moving and driving and shooting on the move, you're going up and down, you're moving. You want that bit of spray, you want that bit of buffer, so that if you move, you've always got the animal covered. So if you are walking and stalking and want to use a shotgun, highly recommend it. If you're using it on the move, I'd probably be more inclined to use the modified, or maybe even the open. But like anything, as you get better and more accurate and more confident over time, I tell people start out with the open, then slowly move down to the full as a general rule. But look guys, it is fantastic. I have smashed a few pigs with it, and I would tell you, I can't tell you where it is because of the YouTube policies and rules, but if you Google Trulock BOAR BLASTER, it's like the top search result will tell you where to be able to get that from. And really good, really highly recommend it. Anyone that's really keen on their shotguns or keen on their Adler, I don't know if it's available for the Pardus. I don't believe so. So there's another thumbs up to why you should get an Adler and not a Pardus. So look guys, that's all I've got to talk about tonight. And big subscribe button in the middle here at the end. Hit that, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that knockout bell so you get notified. I don't know, I think it's at the bottom of the underneath there. Don't forget to do that, otherwise you won't get notified when the next video comes out as well. That's it guys. Get out there, have fun, and smash them big boars. Until next time, catch you in the next video.